Okay, cycle 21. I might regret this one, regret choosing this sketch to work on. This is a pretty rough sketch. There's a few issues with it. First is just the general roughness. The feathers leading up to that chest line there aren't making a ton of sense. The screen right leg ankle is not very structurally sound. If I'm going to be doing a walk here, I've got the wrong arm matching with the opposing leg there, so he's going to be doing a Frankenstein walk right now. I'm not 100% solid on this beak structure. Overall, it's not the best thought out. The design, that tail's a bit of a mess. Yeah, the knob at the ankle on those legs, I'm just not sure about this design. But I'll clean it up. I'll clean up the first drawing, see where it goes. If it's anything like my other cycles, I'm assuming that I'm going to be changing the model as I go. So every drawing is going to start to get further and further away from the first drawing, just for ease of use and for appeal and for just what I'm familiar with drawing. So yeah, the drawing 6 and 7 and 8 might be wildly far away from this initial design, and then I'm going to have to work my way back through 9, 10, 11, 12. But we'll see. I'm just planning on a pretty straight up walk here. I think I don't want to try anything too crazy considering the design, so that's the direction I'm going to go. Not a ton of thought put into it, other than just thinking a pretty straight up walk with maybe some head bobbing forward, kind of like a pigeon. We'll see how it goes though. All right, let's go do this. All right. Well, I am not entirely sure how I got that one done ahead of schedule, but let's have a look at it here. It's this one went way further creatively than I thought it would, with the head angle, with the head arc in one big loop, with the body foreshortened away from us, with the legs looping around. This was wow. I got in a really creative space there. Let's see if it worked. Yep. Yep, that's cool. I am pretty darn happy with that. I started out on drawing number 2. I was already starting to go in a very stretchy creative direction with dragging the head behind, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to get it over there, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do when I get it there. It was starting to draw myself into a corner. I was starting to draw myself into a corner already, but it was a good corner, because then I was thinking, okay, well, I've gotten over there. Now what do I do? I have to follow through, and it was broad enough that I was able to hook it back up to the cycle without too much trouble. By around drawing 7, 8, 9, I was thinking, okay, I'm coming around the corner. I'm not going to be able to do a boom, boom cycle. It's more of a voo, voo, voo. So every step is going to be very different. There's not a something where I can say, oh, drawing 1 is the same as drawing 7 in some way. This was completely different there. Yeah, when the head started to come in front of the body, I was thinking, okay, I'm losing the neck now. What am I going to do with that tail? I guess I'm going to have it pop up to the top. What am I going to do with that leg that's getting lost behind the body? Well, I'll loop it around the entire body. The arms, for the most part, they track pretty well. There's they kind of get lost in the complexity of the silhouette, but overall it's pretty readable, I think. The big foot shapes are reading nicely. I'm really happy with that. The toes foreshortening towards us and away from us. That's working well. The head structure just went so far off the initial plan. Like I was kind of thinking it would, but it doesn't look like I went too far off. Like it just looks stretchy, but it's all very readable. I think it's the teeth that help it read pretty clearly. Even though I'm really playing around with that head shape. And then even the chest lines there, I was able to add those on before the 2 hours was up. Aha! Wow, yeah. I did not have this in my head at all. This was what I had in my head was the run, and I had that the 2 steps pretty much worked out. But beyond that, the arms, a little bit of a thought on how that was going to go, but the circular motion that just kind of happened as I was going. Like I say, drawings 2, 3, 4. I was thinking, okay, well, I've started this. I've got to follow through on it. All right. Cycle 21, that's a nice happy surprise. That turned out quite well, and this design, which I was kind of concerned about this design going into it because it just wasn't it didn't feel very animation friendly to me, but I cleaned up that first drawing and made it work, and it made it workable, and it all came together in the end. All right, cycle 21. Thanks for checking it out, and more to come. See you next time.